Good morning to all. Good morning to all. Please check, is my voice audible? Please check and revert once. Is my voice audible to all? Good morning, Kavya. I hope all are doing well. Before starting our today's class, please like and share the session. Like and share kar do fatafat so that your friends can also join the class. Okay, so as you are aware of this, all banking courses are available for 12 months at cost of rupees 5,000. AAZADI batch is there, which is for 1,500. SBI PO and IBPS PO batch is there, which is for 2,000. Okay, so in today's class, what we are going to do, we will be solving a reading passage, which is from an article from the Hindu. And afterwards, we will be solving sentence jumble. So jumble sentences will be given to you and you have to rearrange the sentence in order to form a contextual and grammatically correct sentence. So first is, we have to read this article and on the basis of this, we will be solving some questions. This is an article from the Hindu. So let's start. So let's start our paragraph first. The development of nationalism in the third world countries, as is well known, followed a very different trajectory from that in the advanced capitalist countries. So here they are saying कि जो development है किसकी nationalism की in the third world countries is well known, followed a different trajectory. But उसने क्या follow करा था? एक different trajectory follow करी थी that advanced capitalist countries जो follow कर रही थी. In the latter, it was a part of process of emergence of bourgeois order in opposition of feudalism, while in the former, it was a part of anti-colonial struggle. So what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this, Kavya? What's the meaning of the word feudalism? What's the meaning of the word bourgeois? बोर्गीज मीन्स बिलोंगिंग टू अ करेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ मिडिल क्लास को बिलोंग करना या फिर किसी के अंदर मटेरियलिस्टिक वैल्यूज होनी. And next is opposition of feudalism. What do you mean by this? It means that if a person is federal, if he or she is not following anti-colonial, which means the dominant social system in the society that exists. So dominant social system of the society. So here they were saying कि ये पार्ट किसका था, इससे क्या इमर्जेंस हो रही थी? बोर्गीज ऑर्डर इन ऑपोजिशन ऑफ फेडरलिज्म, while in the former it was a part of anti-colonial struggle. Next, the impact of colonialism, though it differed across countries, had on the whole been in the direction of transcending localism and unifying supra-local economic structure through the introduction of market relation. So here they are saying कि इसका impact क्या आ रहा था? Countries जो थी वो अपने आप को change कर रही थी. They were transcending them and they were unifying them in order to have a good economic structure through the introduction of market relation. किसकी introduction के बाद? Introduction of market relations. The struggle against colonialism consequently took the form of national struggle in each instance in which people belonging to different tribes or linguistic communities participated. So जो ये struggle थी इसके अंदर बहुत सारे लोग, ये एक national struggle बन गई थी. बहुत सारे लोग जो थे belonging to different tribes या फिर जिनकी languages डिफरेंट थी वो पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे थे. And the colonial power in each instance attempted to break this emerging national unity by splitting people. और जो colonial power थी वो क्या कर रही थी, लोगों को split कर रही थी, and it was breaking this. The modus operandi of this splitting was not just through the political manipulation, as happened, for instance, in Angola, South Africa, and a host of other countries. An important part of this modus operandi was through the nurturing of a historiography that just denied the existence of any overarching national consciousness. So here they are saying कि वो कैसे कर रहे थे, modus means उनका main motive क्या था and how they were doing it. Of this splitting was not just through political manipulation, सिर्फ और सिर्फ political manipulation से नहीं कर रहे थे, like it happened in South Africa or Angola and other countries, but the important part of this was through the nurturing of historiography. What they were doing, they were nurturing historiography. They were coming up with history that just denied the existence of any overarching national consciousness. जो history deny कर रही थी कि national consciousness नहीं होनी चाहिए. The national struggle, the national movement were given a tribal or religious character. They were portrayed as being no more than the movement of the dominant tribe or the dominant religious group for the achievement of narrow sectional ends. So what they were saying कि जो national struggle है, national movement है, ये सिर्फ वही लोग कर सकते हैं जिनके पास dominant है, and moreover it belongs to dominant tribe or dominant religious group only. But the important point in this colonialism, while on the one hand objectively created the condition for the coming into being of national consciousness. So main objective क्या था, national consciousness आनी चाहिए. Yes, they were nurturing historiography only. Yeah, good morning, Ronak. Main objective क्या था, they wanted to come up with national consciousness at a supra-tribal, supra-local and supra-religious level. On the other hand, it sought deliberately to subvert this consciousness by using the same forces which has objectively undermined. और दूसरी साइड पे इसी national consciousness को subvert किया जा रहा था. इन ऑर्डर क्यों किया जा रहा था, कुछ फोर्सेस के साथ किया जा रहा था, एंड द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ दिस वाज दैट दे हैव टू अंडरमाइन दिस नेशनल कॉन्शियसनेस. दे डोंट वांट नेशनल कॉन्शियसनेस. इज दिस क्लियर? Ronak, Kavya, is this clear? Rest all who are there in class, please reply. Okay, so let's move to next now. So this was our paragraph. First question related to this paragraph is, which of the following was an advantage of struggle against colonialism? Reply fast. What will be the answer to this? Yes, Kavya, you are correct. D is the correct answer to this. Awareness beyond linguistic and religious identity was generated. So why they were doing this struggle against colonialism? They were doing this struggle against colonialism in order to create awareness beyond linguistic and religious identity. So इसी कारण के लिए this was the main objective of this struggle. Good. Rest all please reply. Next, how did colonial power react to topple the anti-colonial structure? How they were reacting? What will be the answer? Yes, C is the correct answer by creating linguistic, tribal and religious tribes. So how they were reacting, उनको divide करना था and how they were dividing it by creating linguistic, tribal and religious divides. उनको divide करके अलग अलग चीजें linguistic, tribal और religious के basis पे differentiate करके they were dividing them. So correct answer to this is C. Is it clear, Kavya? D is not correct for this. By instigating tribals against anti-communal forces, this is not correct. They were not instigating them, but what they were doing, they were creating different divides. They want to divide them. So correct answer to this is C. Check next. The author has given the example of Angola, South Africa, etc. in order to. Why he has given example of all? Good morning, Shivkumar. Yes, very good. A is the correct answer to this. Bring out the similarity of tactics used by the rulers of colonies to divide the natives. So bring out similarity of tactics. What they were doing, why they have given the example of, in order to bring out कि similar tactics use किए गए थे कोई colonies की तरफ से in order to divide the nation. So that's why they have given example of Angola, South Africa. Correct, very good. Next, what was the role of an introduction of market relation in the process of economic integration? रोल क्या था मार्केट रिलेशन का विद प्रोसेस ऑफ इकोनॉमिक इंटीग्रेशन, उसके साथ क्या रोल था? What will be the answer? Yes, correct. D is the correct answer. It broke the shackles of localism and helped unify the economic structure. So what it was doing, what was the role of introduction of market relation? जो नए market relation आए थे उसने कैसे help करा था economic integration में कि localism में जो खामियां थी, it broke that and it also helped the economic structures so that they can unify. So correct answer to this is D. Good. Next, how did nationalism originate in the third world countries? Vehement means strong feeling. No, correct answer to this is B, as vehement opposition to colonialism. So vehement means that they were having strong feeling or they were forceful, and it was against colonialism because it promoted nationalism. वो nationalism को promote कर रहा था और it was opposite to colonialism. So correct answer will be B. No, Shivkumar, feudalism comes under nationalism only. So correct answer will be B. Is this clear? Okay, check next. What was the motive of colonial powers in writing a distorted history? Colonial powers का क्या motive था? They were against nationalism. So check what will be your answer. Yes, D will be the correct answer, to give an expression to general people that there was no national consciousness and to prevent them from being united. They were against nationalism. That's why वो उनको prevent कर रहे थे कि वो unite ना हो. So correct answer to this is D. Good. Next, which of the following statement is definitely true in context of the passage? Welcome, Shivkumar. This is an article from The Hindu. No, correct answer to this is A and B. So colonialism internally helped awakening nationalism among people of different tribes. So internally help कर रहा था. That's why they were fighting so that they can be against nationalism. So colonialism internally was helping them, people of different tribes, so that they can awaken nationalism. Next, advanced capitalist countries had nurtured nationalism as an opposition to feudalism. So this was given in the second line only, that जो advanced capitalist countries हैं वो nationalism को nurture कर रहे थे as an opposition of feudalism. They were thinking that it was opposite to feudalism. That's why they were helping them. They were nurturing them. So correct answer is A and B. Yes, Kavya. So check. It was very short, but questions like there are 15 questions from this paragraph. And check, all questions are very like you can say memory based questions. It was a short paragraph, but there are 15 questions from this short paragraph. And all are memory based. You have to think while you have to answer. Okay, so check next. From the content of the passage, it appears that the author is. What does it appears कि author क्या है? Okay, let's check C once. The national struggle was not successful because the colonial power succeeded in dividing the people. So check Shivkumar, it is not given to us that whether they were successful or they were not successful. So ये चीज हमें mention नहीं की गई है paragraph में, that whether they were successful or not. That's why C can't be our answer. So check author क्या था? Author was talking about both colonialism too, and author was talking about nationalism too. So what will be our answer? Yes, C will be the correct answer. Good Shri Kumar, an impartial commentator of historical and political events. So वो impartial था, he was talking about both. So that's why C will be the correct answer. Next, The colonial past tried to camouflage national movement and to show it as only skirmish means irregular fighting. Correct answer to this is B. Skirmish led by a dominating tribe or a religious group with selfish motive. So skirmish means fight, irregular fighting. So they were fighting and there was emergence of dominating tribe and religious group and they were having selfish motive behind this. They don't want that nation should unify. So correct answer will be B. Is it clear, Kavya Shivakumar? Yes, correct. Next, choose the word which is most same in meaning as the word printed in bold. So trajectory, this is your word and tell me what will be the meaning of this. Result, tradition, path, consequence, precedence. Yes, path, correct. C is the correct answer, good. Next, transcending. Yes, correct, Kavya, very good. Transcending means surpassing. Yes, Shivakumar, correct. D is correct answer, surpassing. Next, emergence. नो इमर्जेंस मीन्स कोई चीज इमर्ज होके आनी. सो इट इज राइज डायरेक्शंस, नई चीज निकल के आनी. सो इट इज नॉट डेवलपमेंट. डेवलपमेंट उसी चीज की होती है. करेक्ट आंसर इज राइज डायरेक्शंस. इज इट क्लियर, काव्य शिव कुमार? Next, choose the word which is most opposite in meaning. So first word is splitting. स्प्लिटिंग का ऑपोजिट क्या जाएगा? Yeah, opposite to splitting will be uniting. Correct. B. Next, nurturing. Yes, correct. Demolishing. Good. Next, subvert. Yes, correct. Opposite to subvert will be strengthen. Very good. Okay, so we are done with this paragraph. Now, there are some jumbled sentences given to you, and you have to tell me what will be the correct sequence of these jumbled sentences. And if it is correct, then you have to mark 5 as your answer. So let's take first and rearrange it. Of the festive season with the series, the premier search engine celebrated the arrival of 3 doodles that depicts the friendship of penguins and parrots. Yes, correct answer is BACD. So the premier search engine celebrated the arrival. This will be first of the festive season with the series. Next is C of 3 doodles that depicts the friendship of penguins and parrots. So correct answer is BACD. Next, the opening of trade walls has accelerated industrial have had to learn to adapt to almost every generation evolution in such a way that workers. Correct answer to this is ACDB is correct. Third is correct. The opening of trade walls has accelerated. Next is C. To almost every generation. After this is D. Generation evolution in such a way that workers have had to learn to adapt. Just a second, just a second. I'm checking this answer once. The opening of trade walls has accelerated industrial evolution is correct. So this is correct only. Correct answer is fourth. You are correct, Shivkumar and Kavya. So your answer is correct. There was typing error here. Okay, let's check next. 18th. Yeah, it is correct, Shivkumar. Your answer was correct. Lowering tax on capital may increase wages for those skilled workers whose productivity will be positively affected by increased demand for capital intensive work, but while engineers might see an increase in their wages, the unskilled won't benefit directly from it. Yes, given sentences, correct. Very good. Yes. Next, impact globalization seriously, even though the discontent of the globalization don't see that it will really is a leftover of the crisis of 2008 today. I will be giving you one more option. Please check it. Is it correct? B first. Afterwards is D. Next is C. And last one is A. Check this two once. Kavya and Shukumar, check this sequence B, D, C, A. Is this correct? Yes, this is the correct sequence. B, D, C, A. So first is, even though the discontent of globalization, this will go first. Afterwards is D, is a leftover of the crisis of 2008 today we. Next, today we don't see that it will really impact globalization seriously. So correct sequence is B, D, C, A. This option is not given to us, but the correct sequence is B, D, C, A. Shikumar, that's why I have given you this option. Next, triplanes means there is now by-in the placement of elected representatives in three tiers from for the constitution from all political stakeholders, local, provincial to national, including in the restive. Check the sequence, and I have given you an option 2. Yes, BDAC is the correct answer. B is the placement of elected representatives in 3 tiers from, this will be our first part, from local, provincial to national, including in the restive, this will be our second part. Next is A, from the in the restive train planes, means there is now buy-in, this will be a third part. Next is C, buy-in for the constitution from all political stakeholders. Yes, Kavya, that's why I'm giving you options by after each question. Your options are not correct, that's why I'm giving you options. Okay, check next now. The new constitution marks an innovation in the South Asian landscape with devolution of fiscal, legislative, executive, and other parts, not two, but there's three-tier sarkar. Kavya, because I'm solving it with you now, that's why. Now check this. But you have to check options too. It may be correct in any question. There is typing error, it may be correct. So you have to check options too once. Yes, given sentence is correct. The new constitution marks an innovation in the South Asian landscape with the devolution of fiscal, legislative, executive, and other parts, not to two but three-tier sarkar. So it is correct. Fifth is the correct answer. Next, to pushes and pulls beyond Nepal's control, the economy has to start galloping, creating jobs for the young workforce, including the millions in West Asia, Malaysia, and India, likely to return due. Look for all options and then look for my answer. Okay, BCAD or BCDA? Shivkumar, BCAD or BCDA? Yeah, BCDA is correct. B is the economy has to start galloping, creating jobs for the young workforce, including the millions in. Next will be after C in West Asia, Malaysia and India likely to return due to. So reason is given, due is returned due to pushes and pulls beyond Nepal's control. Okay, check next. Challenging employment market. A system that integrates skills and education can go a long way in ensuring that the youth are better equipped to handle. Kaveh is saying ACDB. A is challenging employment market. Next is C. Can go a long way in ensuring that the youth. Next is D. That the youth are better equipped to handle. So is this correct? Handle as a system that integrates. Two are given in same sentence. It is not correct, Kavya. Correct answer will be BCDA. A system that integrates skills and education. Next will be C. Can go a long way in ensuring. This will be second. Next is D. Ensuring that the youth are better equipped to handle a challenging employment market. Last will be A. So correct answer is BCDA. Okay, check next now. The government must learn from the gaps while implementing its skill development programs for 18 plus youth and then develop its strategy for integrating skills within schools. Yes, fifth is correct. Sentence is correct. No correction is required in this sentence. Sorry, fifth one is correct. Okay, check last. Waiting process became clear after the initial years of their discovery. The need of automating the initial when the number of exoplanets grew. Yes, BDCA is correct. B is after the initial years of their discovery. Next is D, when the number of known exoplanets. What do you mean by exoplanets? Kavya and Shivkumar. What do you mean by exoplanets? Exoplanet means planet that orbits a star outside solar system. So it orbits a star, it revolves around a star, and it is outside our solar system. Yes, Shiv Kumar. Okay, so we are done with this. Any problem in any question that we did in our today's class? Okay, so we will meet tomorrow at same time. Bye. Have a nice day to all.